So, the bite is on fire and these fish are huge. Let's get set up, put some crabs on the bottom, and get ready for battle.
So we're using fresh live blue crabs for bait, and they gotta be fresh. If you don't have them fresh and they're frozen, the meat will just run out right out of the shell in this current. So the way to break open a blue crab, take his pinchers off first. And this is the tricky part, just kind of grab his legs under the bottom, get a firm grip on it, watch the points here, and rip the shell off. Once you rip the shell off, break them in half. And here we have such a heavy current in the St. John's, I don't want all these legs on them because it's going to cause the bait to flip around. So what I do is I just twist them off right there past the leg socket, and you're good to go. So this rig I'm using, we use 30-pound Andy Monster Yellow for the main line. I like the high vis line because we're fishing sometimes in low light conditions around dark, and all these fish will bite all through the night, and it allows me to see which way the fish is going when I got multiple lines out. We put a 3-way swivel there by Eagle Claw 2/0, and I put a drop loop in it. The reason I put a drop loop in it, you can see how hard the current's ripping right now. And so I have to change the weights a lot. I don't want to retie my rig every time I change the weights. So I put a drop loop in it so I can change the weights really quick without having to change the whole rig. So as the current speeds up or slows down, I can make it heavier or lighter. 60-pound Andy fluorocarbon leader. And it really doesn't matter. I mean, stealth is not an issue for these redfish. You could probably use a cable. It doesn't matter. I found 60-pound test doesn't fray, so I can leader the fish and get them up and catch multiple fish on 1 leader. And then the most important part, Eagle Claw circle hook. This is a EL 2004 EF. Eagle Claw 2004 EF circle hook. And I want to make sure it's an inline circle hook. When these redfish pick up the bait, they're going to grab it and swim off, and it's going to catch them in the corner of the mouth 90% of the time. When you hook the crab, I go in through the leg socket and out through the soft side, and that way it won't pull out through the current. I'm going to stagger some baits out here, see if we can find a big redfish. Feel pretty good, huh?
Yeah, he's powerful.
Man, I've been waiting to get these guys out here for a while. We're in the St. John's River fishing for bull redfish.
My dad taught me how to fish when I was really little, roughly around 5 or 6 years old, and I've just been fishing ever since. I started in freshwater, little bluegill, and then we got bigger and bigger, went shark fishing, and I've been fishing ever since.
Reel, 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 reel. There you go. Good job. Nicely done. All right, slow down. Perfect, perfect. So a lot of times with these circle hooks, when you get the fish close to the boat, if you go too high with the rod, depending on how the fish is hooked, he can spin off that circle hook. So you don't want to high stick them as they get closer.
Gotcha.
But these guys, I'm telling the camera, I know you know. Except these guys are pros. They just won their Full of Bull Redfish tournament. We have the first Saturday in October every year. And it's the longest fish to the fork. So they call it the longest fish in the river that day. Get to go to Costa Rica and fishing Nasara. Not a bad deal.
We've been doing the tournament for about 4 or 5 years, but we haven't really gotten as good of results as recent years. Last year and this year, we were doing great.
You gonna catch this fish or what?
I'm waiting.
Reel, reel, reel.
He's pulling hard. Right when you see that first hint of color, you just get a full blast of relief because it's right next to the boat and you can just pull it right in.
We'll slide him in the net here because I don't know where that hook is. There we go. That's the way to start it. Man, nice big St. John's River bull red right there. Whew. Way to go, man. It's the way to start the day. Let's get out here for a couple minutes. Here, let some line out, please. All right. Okay, put it back on. There you go, let it pull down. Yeah, that's a nice fish right there. Give me the pliers right there real quick. See how big this fish is. He is. Got crabs in the way here. Let's see. 39 and a half, 39 inches. Let's put a tag in him. Got it right here.
You hear that a fish is on, all of your nerves in your body just tell you to go, and you're moving as fast as possible to get that fish in the boat.
So let's measure this fish. He's 39 inches. Man, look at that tail on that thing. Big old tail. We tag these fish in the same place every time, doing a study through Gray's Fish Tag Research. You can check them out at graysfishtagresearch.org. But a pretty St. John's River redfish right there.
Well, I love fishing for redfish overall, and it's very often when I go fishing, me and my dad will go out multiple times a week, and we just love to catch redfish or anything that's in season.
These fish are tough, man. Bull redfish, they don't call them bulls for no reason. Look at the head on this thing. Big old crushers on the top of their mouth. They love the blue crabs. So when you get one in the deep water, we're fishing in like 48 feet of water. It's a good idea to go ahead and vent them. And when you're gonna vent a fish, what I like to do is I put their pec fin down and I count back about 5 scales. Hear it? Hear the air coming out? And it just fills with air when you pull them up too fast or from deep water. And this gives them a chance just to get back down to the bottom and catch their breath. A lot better chance for survival than floating along down the current in the river. And that's what we want right there, big St. John's River redfish. All right, let's let this guy go and catch another one here. All right, come over here, man. That's a nice fish right there, buddy. Good way to start. See you, Mr. Red. Slimy 5, buddy. Nice job. We'll be right back with more giant redfish from the St. John's River when Hook the Future returns.